Dzień dobry, YouTube. Witamy to another episode of Atticus Eats. My dear friends, I want to start by profusely apologizing to you because I was unfortunately needing to miss last week for an installment of this series. I do apologize. Time just got away from me with my in-real-life responsibilities and other things that were going on that were unforeseen. So, it's all good. We're here now, and that's the main thing. And oh my word, am I ravenous for you all today. For you all, for myself, but we get to partake in it together. My dear friends, we have returned to the one and only and mighty Tokyo Sushi, my absolute favorite Japanese restaurant. Very excited that I get to partake in it with you all today. It was actually funny, I tried out a different Japanese restaurant a week ago from the time that I'm filming this with a friend, per her recommendation. I was not impressed. I was not impressed at all. And, yeah, Tokyo Sushi, much, much, much better. And I'm grateful for it. I might give that other restaurant a chance again. Maybe it was just the bad day, or the roll I got wasn't as sublime as it could be. But we're here at the Classic Standby. This is now my official Atticus Eats Tokyo Sushi, because the last time that I was here, I had the Heart Attack appetizer, which hands down by far one of my absolute favorite all-time appetizers, period. It's truly remarkable, truly stupendous, and I loved it, but I promised in that video that I would return here with the mindset to partake in the deliciousness that is one of their specialty rolls. This one is really cool. This one was actually per the recommendation of a friend of mine for New Year's this year. A buddy of mine, one of my dear friends from church, Ben, we went and hung out together and got sushi to kind of rein in the new year together, and that was really exciting and fun. And when we did, we were feasting together. I introduced him to the Heart Attack, and he introduced me to a Hawaiian roll. It was our first time trying it there at Tokyo Sushi, even though I've had other rolls there before, and this one has quickly become a favorite of mine. So if I remember the menu correctly, it is topped with fresh bluefin tuna, and then it's got spicy crab meat on the inside. And oh my goodness, it's just bright, fresh, tender sushi roll deliciousness. It's amazing. I forget exactly what the sauces are. I think this is the eel sauce, and then it also has the goma sauce, which is more the tan look. And so I'm gonna go ahead and douse this now with all of the goods and services that is the sauces of glory. And then we're just gonna go ahead and jump right on into it, because little Atticus is starving today. And I've been out and about running a couple errands. Come on, there we go. And man, let me tell you what, right now, at time of recording this, it's actually the first day of February. And oh my word, it's awesome. It feels like a spring day. And it amazes me, because it's like, yeah, okay, I want winter, I want it to be cool. And it's been a little bit cooler these past few weeks here in the state of cauliflower. And just as soon as this wonderful spring sensation came about today, Mom and I both, we were like, there is a desire for spring that has now overtaken us. And it's kind of lovely. So, alright, didn't get too crazy with the sauce. I'm salivating. I am salivating something fierce. Didn't get too crazy with the sauce, but it's there. It's in evidence. And oh my word, my friends, we're gonna just go ahead and jump on in. Fresh, delicious goodness that is. Oh, nice. They packed it tight. You know they're professional sushi makers when they can pack it tight and you can hold it like this and model your food, and it doesn't disintegrate in front of you. So awesome. Zdrovia, people. What kind of sushi rolls are your favorite? When you go to a sushi restaurant, do you like just straight sashimi? Do you like little, like, deep-fried rolls? Do you like specialty rolls? Do you like baked rolls? To each their own. Let's get this conversation going in the comment section below. Wonderful. Oh my word. Absolute slam dunk goodness. Get a little bit of wasabi taste in there too. Outstanding. It's the bright, sticky rice flavor with that nice basiness of the crab meat on the inside. Very fresh. Then you get that wonderful, light fish seafood taste. It's light, it's not heavy, of the bluefin tuna on top. And the bluefin is a little bit more thicker of a meat, right? So it's got a little bit more bite to it, but still stupendously tender. And oh my word. Friends, this is a time and a half. Look at that. Herbally taste of the goma sauce. The sweet of the eel sauce. Mwah. And then that spice from the wasabi. Too good. Too good. Yeah, when my friend Ben recommended it, he had had stuff before. And he's even had the experience where he's been able to be on a boat, fish for bluefin tuna, and then all of a sudden they're on the boat making sushi in front of you, and he's had it before. And that's what got him kind of hooked on the concept. So good. You can see the saturation of my sauces. Amazing. Wonderful. And it always amazes me just how taste buds, how we as humans mature, grow, get ourselves into, enjoying new things. It's so much fun. It's so much fun. It's so much fun to explore. What a great time. Oh my word. Friends, little Atticus was absolutely ravenous today. I just inhaled that food righteously, that delicious Hawaiian roll. Just enough too, right? Just enough for one person. Hearty, delicious, got all the different flavor profiles. Only thing about that roll, and this is true for, a lot of sushi rolls where you are eating the raw fish, especially the fresher it is. I made this comment before, but the cat food breath is super real right now. It's definitely very tuna-ish, very, very fishy, very gamey, but oh so worth it. Oh so worth it going down. Man, was that an awesome, awesome time. One little thing though, I will say, I think there was just a very small piece of crab shell that was in one section of the roll. I felt a crunch that was like, oh, that's not right. That's not normal. But I ate it anyway. I'm hoping it'll be like eating chicken eggshells, where I'm just gonna get a high dose of calcium from it. And we should be fine. It's gonna be helpful. But yeah, holy cow, you guys, what an amazing experience. I was thinking about this in anticipation of coming out here today, and I have a question or two that I'm going to be answering for you all here today. But I had remembered that back with my Five Guys video, and I think it was even before that, I think it was when I went to Carl's Jr. and Hardee's as well, I had said that I was going to share more stories about the different drivers that I've had in my life from different publicity events and work and things like that. And I want to pick up again on that story. And man, it is so amazing just being able to meet and speak with a lot of different people, hear different people's life stories. And something that I've taken to saying a lot recently, and I don't mind sharing it here on the channel because I think it's important for you all to know, is that when I have thought of my past, the work that I've done in the past, and kind of the adventure of it all, the hardship of it all, you know, what happened versus what could have happened versus what didn't happen. What happened, right? And I wouldn't change anything about what has happened with the adventures I've been able to be on and the work I've been able to do and things like that. But then time goes on, and then you make different life decisions with the information that you have in the moment. But looking back, it really feels like everything that happened to me in my past, or things that I did, happened to someone else. Jobs that I worked, different things that transpired. It definitely feels like it happened to someone else. And so when I think back on it, I go, really? Wait a minute, that actually happened to me? I did that? And my mom will do the same thing. And we were very different people back then compared to the way that we are now. And that's a good thing. In many ways, that's a good thing. Because we've been able to learn and grow. Our faith in God has grown, you know. Our knowledge and confidence of who we are as people have grown. Things like that. And I remember distinctly, this was back at the beginning of my career. A lot of people don't know. There used to be an insurance company called AIG. And I was able to get a commercial job for that company. And it filmed in New York. And that was the very, very, very first time I had ever been to New York. And the very, very, very first time I had ever traveled for work. And it was so funny because when we got to New York, we had this driver who took me to go do my wardrobe fitting for the commercial. Because the kid character, he was wearing jammies. And they wanted to pick out, like, which jammies do we want him to have and whatever. And I distinctly remember that this very kind, sweet woman who picked us up from the airport, she was a French woman, and as so incredibly nice as could be. Super petite, just like my mom. And oh my goodness, she was so professional, so kind, was on it with everything. Spoke perfect English, but had a very heavy French accent. And it was so funny to me because when we got to New York, got to the airport, she got us, she had the sign, and that was like its own experience, like, oh, this is my driver waiting for me with the little sign, right? And anyway, we got to her vehicle, and she loaded us up in the car, she grabbed our bags from us. No, sweetheart, you just, Mezzani, go sit in the back, you know, that kind of thing. And we did. And she got in the car, turned on the car, and her radio came on because she had been listening to music on her way to the airport. And it was so funny because now I recognize the song that she had, at that time, the big thing was post-grunge era rock. So Breaking Benjamin, 3 Days Grace, all the stuff that I listen to now, right? Blasting on her radio. And it was awesome because we all jumped. And she was like, oh, I'm so sorry. And it's like, no, you're fine. We love music too. That's awesome. Crank it if you want. And she was so insanely sweet. It was so awesome. Very friendly to us. Very kind. And that's a memory that just has come to me recently because, again, my taste in music is for that era of music. And it wasn't necessarily my music taste at the time when I was 7, but when I got into my teenage years, it was like, this is amazing. And I discovered a whole new world. And so that was insanely fun. That was such a sweet, fond memory. I could not tell you her name, unfortunately, because now we're talking about an event that happened this year. It'll be 20 years ago. So, man, but it was, man, what a time and a half. What an absolute amazing experience, you know. And again, that's just one of many interesting, sweet, awesome people that I got to meet and and just have a conversation with, have a brief period of intersecting of our life stories, right? And that's always so incredibly precious. Quick housekeeping, my friends, before we get into any of the questions down below. My dear friends, if you would, please be sure to check out the links that I have in the description bar box thingy below. You'll find two. One is to my Twitch channel. I go live on Twitch 3 times a week, every Tuesday, Wednesday, and Saturday at 3 p.m. Pacific time. It is such a time and a half, and oh my goodness, there have been so many of you amazing people who started out actually discovering me here on YouTube, not even knowing anything about my past career, and you all have been so kind as to become fans of mine here from YouTube, and then of your own volition you'll make Twitch accounts and go over and follow me on Twitch. That means the world to me. I'm so thankful for each and every one of you for allowing me this opportunity and helping me out by growing my community, and I just want to thank you profusely for that. And my dear friends, yes, if you would, please be sure to follow me on Twitch. If you have an account already or not, please consider making one. It's totally free to you. Follow me on Twitch through the link below, and it goes a long way to helping me out. Also, if you'd like to support the work that I do, not only here on my my YouTube channel, but also on my Twitch channel, please be sure to click the link to my Cameo page. Book me for a personalized video shout out, either for yourself or for your friends, your loved ones. It would be my pleasure to make your extra special days extra special, the funds of which go to, again, directly supporting the work that I do here on YouTube and on my Twitch channel. So thank you all so much for that. And without further ado, my friends, let's go ahead and jump on into a question from you all in the YouTube comment section. Please be sure to have those questions keep a-coming. Love answering them. And let's see here what we have to answer. Okay. Ryla Rue the Sailor, I hope I'm saying your name correctly, on YouTube asks, given the recent Malcolm in the Middle reboot, do you see there being a The Middle reboot? It would be interesting to see Brick as an adult. You know what's very funny, my dear friend? Thank you for asking this. I didn't even know there was a Malcolm in the Middle reboot. Didn't have any clue of that. I'm curious if they're gonna get beaten up by everybody asking if they're the middle. Because a whole generation has occurred now of, you know, people who didn't know Malcolm in the Middle but only know the middle. It'd be kind of funny if the confusion that we received when the show first started is gonna hit them. In your face if it is. I'm kidding. The thing about this, I've spoken about this a number of different times. To me, it would be foolish to not try to do a The Middle reboot of some capacity, but if a The Middle reboot does happen, it must surround all 3 of the children of the Heck family and their trials and tribulations, not just one. Our show was The Family, and it was real life, actual family dynamics, and that was what made the show so good. You cannot isolate just one character and have that be a show of its own. It must be the entire family. They must have interaction all together in one way or another. And given the recent changes that I myself have heartbreakingly shared with the fact that Warner Brothers Ranch is no more, that a lot of those sets are in storage, and like externals of the Heck House and everything like that are no longer in existence, I don't know how they could realistically make that happen. But we've seen stranger things come about. Not just Stranger Things the show, but also like things that happen to be strange come about that were revamps. I believe that that especially in this era of time in the country, it could absolutely be successful. Whether or not they actually do it, who knows? But there would absolutely be a right and a wrong way of doing a The Middle reboot. And if you're gonna be doing it the wrong way, don't do it at all, and let just the legacy of the original show live on. But if you're gonna do it right and correctly, then yes, I could absolutely see merit for that happening. Will it happen though? We don't know. I have no clue. So, thank you though, Ryla Roo, for your question. And now another question, let's see here. Okay, Anonymous ZK3MI on YouTube asks, imagine going to live on Mars. If I'm doing that, there's already something very wrong. But, okay, I'll humor you. You can take a limited number of things with you. You can take one book, one movie or TV series, one video game, one food, and one song. What do you bring with you, and why? This is very hard because I am not a person who likes limitation. I like options. I want it to be, hey, I'm in the mood for this music this day, this song that day, you know what I mean? Etc., etc. And plus, the other thing too is living on Mars would objectively just be very cruddy. I would hate having to be subjected to that. I'm an Earthling. I want to stay where I belong. And so see, this is me. I'm overthinking this question to the nth degree. This question has been here for months, and I'm only just now getting to it. So I'm just gonna completely bend the rules of this question, because I'm the one that's on the internet and you're not. I'm in front of the camera and you're not. So we'll just do that. You can take a limited number of things with you. Cool. We'll keep that true. Taking one book. I can do one book. It would absolutely, without a doubt, be the Bible. I've read the Bible cover to cover every day since I gave my life to Christ. Almost every day since I gave my life to Christ. I'm still learning new things. That's going to be a lifelong endeavor that I do anyway. So I'll just continue to read from the Bible. Especially if I'm on Mars, I'm going to need it. I'm going to need that hope. So, for a book, it would be the Bible. One movie or TV series. I'm going to make it one movie and one TV series. Okay? I'm going to say for the movie, it's hard because if I was going to do just one movie, I would probably take The Book of Eli. As a standalone movie, The Book of Eli is hands down my favorite standalone movie for what it is. Absolutely outstanding. I love it. It's awesome. It's my hands down favorite post-apocalyptic movie ever. It's amazing. I absolutely love that movie. And for a TV series, I would actually probably do all 5 now seasons of the new version of Masterpiece Theater's All Creatures Great and Small. That is a show that is my version of the middle, like it is for all of you guys. Being able to watch Masterpiece Theater's All Creatures Great and Small, it doesn't matter what is going on, it makes me feel totally calm, never feels to make me laugh, engages me with the story, but doesn't stress me out, and I just love it. All Creatures Great and Small would definitely be my answer for that. And then for one video game, the one video game would probably be Escape from Tarkov on my gaming PC. And then now I have access to my gaming PC / the internet, so I can play with my friends and then also figure out, hey, what's going on planet Earth. Probably have Starlink with me up there on Mars too, that way I can function. But yeah, Escape from Tarkov never gets boring for me. There's literally always something new going on with it, and the developers just keep updating it and adding stuff. It would never get boring for me. If it's like, okay, I have some downtime, let me play Tarkov. I'll probably Kappa 3 times, but you know what? It's totally worth it. That's gonna be a ton of fun. One food. Definitely, and this is why I wanted to answer this question today for this video, my one food item would be Tokyo sushi. But I would make sure that I had access to multiple different rolls of sushi to be able to not get bored, right? So breakfast, it might be the Hawaiian roll, and then for dinner, it might be a deep fried roll, on and on. So that would definitely be it. And one song. Oh, see, I'm one of those people where I have a lot of songs that I love. Unfortunately, some of them are repetitive. And when I have to deal with those repetitive songs, I will end up kind of going mad because it will keep going in my head even after I'm not listening to it. And so that kind of is a little bit poopy for me. If I were, though, to narrow down one song, see, I can't. I absolutely cannot. I cannot narrow it down to one song because I'll be in the mood for one song one day and then another song another day, and then I might hear one song and it makes me want to listen to yet another song, right? So I'm gonna narrow it down to one station on Sirius XM, and right now the station Sirius XM Pop Rocks has been going very awesome as far as an amazing station to listen to. It's been a ton of fun. They play all of my favorite stuff from the 90s, the early 2000s. It won't just be pop, it'll be rock music as well. So you could get everything from Three Doors Down, It's Not My Time, to My Immortal by Evanescence, to Under the Bridge by Red Hot Chili Peppers, to Hey Jealousy by the Gin Blossoms, right? It's literally everything. That would definitely be what I would want. Plus, they play some new stuff, too. Like, last night I was coming home from something, and I flipped on Pop Rocks, and Mumford & Sons' latest song, Rushmere, they were playing that. And it's like, dude, you'll play new stuff, too? That's flipping awesome. Nice, you know? So, I would narrow it down to Pop Rocks. So, that would be my musical station that I would listen to exclusively up there on Mars as I'm battling the Martians like a caveman. Be pretty dope. Be pretty dope. Alrighty, cool people. Well, hey, listen, thank you so much for joining me again for another installment of Atticus Eats. Please be sure to give this video a big thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so already. And please be sure to share this video on all of your social media. Helps us to grow the community. That's an accident waiting to happen. Thank you all so much for being you. Can't wait to see you in the next one. God bless. Do widzenia.
I just want a great life, something where I feel like I just didn't waste time, something I look back and say that was a great time, cause man I just hate when the years pass by the wayside, yeah.